Tonight, Christina Carswell hosts an all-new episode of The Lounge. The following program may contain mature material some viewers may not find suitable. Viewer discretion is advised.
It's The Lounge with Christina Carswell. Tonight, Christina welcomes Alex, also known as Axel, from the channel Swathed, Sarah from the channel Lyra Kylaren, and Sean, a professional QA video game tester. And now, here's your host, Christina Carswell.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Christina here again with Axel, Sarah, and Sean, our little oddbots. And today we're gonna get a little political, which I'm sure everyone's fucking tired of, but...
Yay!
Alright, politics!
You're gonna now get some political insight from people that have nothing to do with your political system.
Yay! Canadians talking about American shit.
America, why your shit so fucked up?
Yep. So, I've been kind of following the Hillary and Trump campaign trails because, you know, YouTube.
Yeah.
Bernie, Bernie, Bernie.
I think you lost.
The dream isn't dead yet. It's like July 25th.
It's not dead yet because I think that he's going to go as an independent candidate.
Well, he's already running as a Democrat. Like, he can't switch in the middle of the race.
Yeah, but he said that he's not going to stop campaigning.
Well, no, it's because, okay, so the whole thing is the media right now is pushing this narrative that Hillary has already won because of her stupid amount of superdelegates and why the Democratic nomination process is absolute bullshit. However, Bernie says that he, until July 25th, until the final vote is tallied, he will continue, even though people say it's over.
I love that about him. He's not giving up. And
he's got chutzpah.
God,
he has a lot of chutzpah. He's also Jewish, so he's got the chutzpah.
I like that word, chutzpah.
I loved all the memes that came out during the campaign, like the one where Hillary is riding a bus, and she's like, Hillary riding a bus to get campaign followers, and then it's a picture of Bernie riding like the subway system. It's like, Bernie needs to get to work.
Yeah. Well, like, that's the thing, is like, he showed up like one time, like, there's like jokes that I've heard like a lot of like pundits make about like just Bernie showing up driving his own Uber.
Yeah.
And I thought that was hilarious. Just a picture of just Bernie just showing up like, hey, how's it going? You know? And fucking, but like, I'm a big fan of Bernie because like a lot of shit he makes sense, you know, and he was the rational voice that America needed at this time. And because honestly, Trump is a media circus. And Hillary is a corruption circus. Because, like, anything that I've heard come out about Hillary in the past, like, fucking 2 months, like, other than that email scandal and all the stuff she used to vote for as senator, and, like, I understand people's opinions can change and people's feelings towards certain issues change over the years, and she voted one way on a certain bill in 2004, you know, or, like, 2008 after she became Secretary of State. You know, 8 years is enough to change your mind on an issue, but people like blow it up and they're like, oh, she was paid off to do it. And I might think that they're right. You know, like, it's just, like, I know that there's the meme running around, like, you know, it's corporate shillery. And I just never got behind the Hillary Clinton campaign. Like, all she used to say was like, you know, fucking, she would parrot anything that Bernie would say because she was just reading by, like, the book and just reading the default responses for things based on her party, and then Bernie's like, no, we need to do this, we need to do that, and she's like, actually, we need to do this, we need to do that.
So
but I mean,
copying her.
Yeah, but
she's copying him.
She was copying him on certain issues that he was winning on. Yeah. And then she took his stance. I mean, like, a lot of, like, feminists are only going to vote for Hillary anyways.
That is bullshit, though.
It
vagina. Like, that's not a reason to vote for someone.
I know. But it's because well, here's the thing though. It's because she's and like here's an issue, and this was actually brought up against Bernie himself. Was a reporter asked, "Don't you think that it's sexist that you are basically standing in the way of what could be the first woman president?" And I'm thinking, if I'm in the States, I wouldn't vote for Hillary anyways. It's not because she's a woman. I don't fucking care about that. I never cared that Obama was black. I just cared that they would get the job done. And Hillary just seems like she'll cave to any fucking lobbyist that's out there. And Bernie will actually try and stand for something.
Bernie's more of a feminist than fucking Clinton is. Like, what the fuck?
No, not really. There's a bunch of things that were like that Bernie got called out on that he didn't fully outright deny, but he never he basically pled the fifth, which is fine. Whatever. I can't remember specific ones off the top of my head, but this was like months ago. This is what's so crazy about this campaign. It runs like Americans run it for like fucking a year and a half.
I don't understand that system at all.
Like a month.
In Canada, the last election we had was the longest election. It was 78 days.
Yeah.
So a little over 2 months. And
yeah, if you can't make up your mind in roughly 3 months, but I get it. The U.S. is big. It's so diverse with like all of its regions that, you know, the politicians need to fly to those certain areas. And like, you know, Texas is going to vote differently than fucking Idaho or whatever. And I get it. I get like they travel a lot more and they have to go to certain spots. So it's obviously
like our system isn't perfect by any means.
No, I'm not saying ours.
Their system just fucking confuses the fuck out of
But we do have a super sexy prime minister now, so.
Oh my god, Trudeau. Oh. Have you seen all like the sinkhole?
Yeah, the sinkhole.
Yeah.
Oh, the
wasn't there one about Trudeau?
Yeah, there's a bunch of like Trudeau jumping into it or like him coming out of
doing
it.
yoga or
yeah, like my favorite is someone photoshopped the Sarlacc. Yeah.
There was also the space worm that was like eating the Millennium Falcon.
And that van that got swallowed up. Yeah.
Oh my god, that was scary.
There's a big national, like a big tragedy in the city. What do? We tweet memes about it.
No one got hurt. Just
but a lot of people got water cut off for a long time and power and
cut off for a while.
Yeah, like I have a
downtown had to be evacuated.
Like a couple blocks had to be evacuated because they didn't know if it was going to continue to spread open, right?
That was right in front of
Rito Center.
The Rito Center.
Yeah. It was right on. It was Rito and Sussex.
Yeah. That's a major intersection. That actually fucked a lot of people's transit coming from the Byward Market.
Yeah.
Sorry, this is like very local news that we got here.
I was going to work that morning. I was like, I don't. No, remember there being a need for construction over there. What's all this about?
I think it has to do with the OC transport line that's going in underneath it.
Yeah, well, actually, that's how I figured it out later in the day. I went out to a diner, and as I'm sitting there eating whatever I was eating, I happened to just casually glance at the TV in the background with like a repeating loop of news. And it's like, oh, there's this like big crisis going on the screen. I'm just looking and going with a sensible chuckle, going, those suckers. And then gave a closer look at the screen and realized, shit.
That's a couple blocks away from me.
I didn't learn about it until I got into work, and I was just like, "What?" The lead I was Peter told me, and I just looked at him all dumbfounded, and he showed me the news article. I'm just like, "Holy Jesus!"
I was leaving work at the time. I was like, "Why is the buses so slow?" I found out later.
Yeah. You know, actually, come to think of it, while I was glancing at that news article, the first thing that came to mind was an XKCD comic that was sort of suggesting, you know, you want to make any moment seem really, tensing up to a moment. Foreshadowing, that's right. Epic foreshadowing. Just put a news article in the background.
That's it. All you have to have is a news article.
Yeah, not even news article, sorry. It's like a news reporter talking in the background. It's like, oh yeah, and then, global warming is happening. It's okay, it's in the background. We don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, it's in the background. It's not in the foreground. It's in the background.
And if I were
Has that hole actually gotten any bigger since it first?
I don't think so.
It ate a van. It got
Oh, it
slightly
did
bigger,
ate a
it ate
van, Have you seen the footage of that?
Yeah.
God, it goes down so fast.
Well, like,
Get out of
all
me.
it was sand underneath the road, so when it all got washed away, the road just crumbled.
Yeah, which is kind of sad, knowing that our city is just built on sand.
It's not all of our cities, just that stretch by the canal.
Yeah, well, it's closer to the waterway, right? So that makes sense.
Yeah.
No, like, have you noticed that a lot of our news, other than like this one instance, has just been the states, the states, the states,
Oh, yeah.
the states, the states.
That's because our country, I'm sorry, is kind of boring when it comes to politics.
It's not just
US
politics.
Well, we had Elbowgate a month ago. A month ago.
Oh yeah, when he
fuck that
actually
shit.
Elbowgate.
That's the dumbest shit ever. That was just literally like
Ridiculous.
that was people being whiny babies.
Yeah, Justin
And
Trudeau.
even the media was like, "This is the stupidest shit ever," and then they stopped reporting on it.
The one thing I was kind of curious
our
about.
politics are so boring.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
Alex.
use a giant circus for their politics. It's just like in your face all the time. You have a giant orange with a toupee running for president.
You have an orangutan running for president.
I want to be like you. Ooh, ooh. Go ahead, Axel.
So the one thing that was kind of confusing me about the footage they gave inside of the House of Parliament, was this guy's getting blocked off from being able to go cast his vote.
Yeah.
And the entire other half of the lane there, like you can see, there's desks down the center. There's all these stupid people dancing around on the right side of the desk. Yeah, right side of the desk. And on the left side, there's no
It's
one.
completely open. There's
Yeah.
literally no one there.
It's like, why couldn't that idiot just walk around?
That's what I was saying. I'm just like, literally,
Because they
okay.
would do the childish bullshit of shuffling their collective asses to the other side, and then he would try and walk around the other side, and then it would turn into a fucking Scooby-Doo cartoon.
How
So it would just be
that's
like-
the thing, though. So why wouldn't anyone in their right mind step in to stop that then? Right?
Because
That's what
it
Trudeau did.
But
Yeah,
that's
I
what
know.
that's what Trudeau did.
Yeah. So it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah, he
You know?
tried to stop the thing.
Yeah.
I watched that over and over again, and it looks like the woman walked into him.
Actually,
Like,
where they're
oh.
blocking him off, where they're blocking him off is him trying to get up from his desk. It's his chair. See how there's like
Oh, okay.
slight. If you've ever been in the House of Commons,
That's good. Okay, continue, Sean.
memes. If you look at like where it is, like each member of parliament has like there's alleys or like
Yeah.
little aisles to walk out of, and they
Yeah, I
were
can see
blocking
that.
the aisle than anything else.
Okay, so they're
That's when-
just
that's
being
when Trudeau-
complete asshats.
Yeah, that's when Trudeau walked into the group, grabbed him by the arm, and then he's like, "No, I got this," and he let go, and then accidentally elbowed another MP, and who just happened to be a woman who cried foul, and it blew up, and then no one gave a shit 10 days later. Not even
Yeah.
10 days, like 10 hours later, no one fucking gave a shit. But it was because
Yeah.
everyone was crying fucking foul, and then like, Trudeau hates women, and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what woman can't even slightly take an elbow and I'm sorry that happened?
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't that he like punched her in the face and like was beating her senseless. It was a gentle elbow. And
Did you see how many times he apologized?
He did. We're Canadian. We apologize
Like 3
to our
times.
fucking asses. He's
Or
like, I'm
that if
sorry
we
for
whisper quietly enough under our breath 3 times around, a magical Canadian fairy appears.
and forgives you of whatever transgression you did.
And apologizes for showing up late
Yes, 3 times.
3 times. And then another smaller fairy pops up.
And it
You're
apologizes.
It's just
for you.
recursive fairies.
But I loved all the memes that came up from it, but like, oh god, that's just, I did not like the woman who just complained, like, she left the house and said, like, she couldn't vote because of all this shit that was happening, and it's just like, how about you
Because-
fucking grow a pair?
No,
Have
you
you
know what I
ever
was
ridden,
trying to
like,
do, though?
public transit?
Yeah, I know. They were trying to block a bill on something that they didn't want to vote on. Oh, it was assisted suicide. It was the doctor-assisted suicide
That's
bill.
already been passed.
Seriously.
No, but they were making an amendment to it, and the NDP wanted to block it because they were anti-whatever amendment they were trying to add.
Fuck them.
So they just basically acted like babies, and even Trudeau came down, he's just like, y'all acting like babies, like, what the fuck? And
I swear, if Jack Layton was still around, this shit would never happen.
no, the NDP is, like, sadly enough, the NDP is becoming the regressive left of the US. It's all PC this, PC that, blah, 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 and I have a bunch of NDP friends who are no longer NDP supporters after that bullshit at Elbowgate.
Oh, yeah. I was NDP, but then after this, I'm just like, yeah, no, fuck you, Mulcair. I'm gone.
Oh, I've never been NDP.
I
I've
was
never
on the
been
fence
liberal, and I've
between
never been
Liberal and
conservative.
NDP this past one. This past election, I was on the fence between Liberal and NDP, and I ended up voting Liberal. But like, they almost got my vote, kind of deal. After this, fuck you, you're never getting my vote.
Yeah, I was going to vote NDP this past election, but I voted Liberal just because of strategic voting. I knew my NDP guy wouldn't get in, so I voted Liberal to make sure Conservatives didn't
And
get.
that's what's fucked up about our system.
Strategic voting.
Because do you know what my strategic voting was? I stayed home and drank.
Well then.
I stayed home and said, like, fuck going to the... Actually, I called in and I got off of work for a few hours to say that I went voting, and then I didn't go vote. So I just left work. I was
because
like, fuck
in
it.
Canada, it's a legal right that you have to vote. And if you say you wanted to vote, your work has to let you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
They have to legally let you go vote between the time frame of the voting polls.
And I believe you still get paid for it, too.
Some jobs, yes. Others will just schedule you so that you can go vote.
Yeah. They cannot obstruct you if you choose to vote. However, I wanted to go vote, and the moment I left work, I went, nah, I don't want to vote for anybody. And I went home.
Well, it all depends on your riding, right? So
I kind of wish
know anyone.
That's the fucked up thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's the messed up part of our system that I don't get. Like, I liked Justin Trudeau, but unfortunately in my riding, the one who was making the more sense was the Conservative MP. But fuck if I'm giving any vote to Stephen Harper. So,
Exactly.
like, thank God that he's gone.
Oh my god, I hate him so
Quote unquote,
much.
quote unquote. Well, actually, now he stepped down too from the Conservative Party. So
Good.
Yeah, I think he's completely retired.
Good.
Yeah, no. I think he won his riding though in Calgary or something like that.
He did.
Yeah, so he's going to be MP in his riding now. He's just kind of stepping down for, you know.
He's just a little piece of shit. Like, I've hated him ever since he tried to backpedal on gay rights when he first got elected. He tried to do that shit 3 fucking times. Fuck him.
Yeah.
See,
I'm
the thing is,
very
it's
angry
not-
right now.
It's not fully Harper's fault. It's just that the man made decisions that I don't agree with when he, like, after, like, 4 or 5 years is when he started to really hammer down on shit. And, like, you know, like, anytime the party shifts for whoever's leading, like liberals after conservatives, conservatives after liberals, there's always, like, a 2-year waiting period where I have to feel out the prime minister, where I'm like, you know, maybe like I'll give him a year to do anything important, and then if he does, then okay, he's a good prime minister, and then like 3 or 4
Basically
years
to
down the road,
see if he stays on his word, right?
not even just on his word, like doesn't fuck up the country. But then
yes.
Stephen Harper started making, like, passing and voting in laws because he has the right to veto them, or at least he has
the Governor General.
The Governor General has the
Governor
right to
General
veto.
just does whatever the fuck the Prime Minister does. So
yeah, but the Governor General is just the voice of the prime minister, basically.
yeah, just
But
the crown, but
yeah. So like, but the crown is stupid anyways. Like it's all kind of half of the Canadian politics is just for show and placeholder stuff, and it's just dumb.
Yep.
But
we should start wrapping it up.
you know, Trudeau, he's here. He's doing a good job so far, so I have no problems with him.
yeah, same here.
Legal marijuana.
He's got a good head on his shoulder. He's trying to take our country out of, let's say, like the 80s dark ages.
He's trying to unfuck our country.
Pretty much. He's trying to bring us up to the present.
He has made mistakes. He has made mistakes that I don't agree with, but generally he is bringing the country in the right path.
Yeah, no prime minister is going to be absolutely perfect with what you want them to do. They're all going to make mistakes. It's just how bad those mistakes are and how many they make. So.
Exactly.
Really, all I want is transparency in their decisions.
Nobody's nerfed.
No one wants another Jean Chrétien. Let's just say.
Hey, fuck you! Chrétien was awesome!
He was, but he embezzled a lot of money.
He embezzled a lot of money, but he choked people and didn't give a fuck, okay? I want my angry Frenchman back.
Okay, that's fair. I liked Chrétien when he was in power, but we don't want another, like, oh, he's so charming and we like him, but he's ruining our country a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, we don't want that back again, and we don't want a Harper
like
again.
Paul Martin.
No. How long was he in office? Like what? Like a year or so?
Like a few months.
Oh, not even.
He was a placeholder, right?
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna end that here. Thank you for joining us on our political views and biting with our Canadian opinions. Be sure to follow us on social media at TOONDISE on Facebook and with the hashtag ToonLounge on Twitter. And if you're a fan of TOONDISE, and if you're a fan of TOONDISE, Sarah, especially you, support us on Patreon at patreon.com/TOONDISE. And on behalf of Axel, Sean, Sarah, and myself, Christina,
we love you.
Thanks for watching. We love you very much, and we'll see you next time right here on the lounge.
Vote Kodos for president.